On today's episode of Anime Afterthought, Jujutsu Kaisen, Episode 10, Idol Transfiguration. Oh, what beautiful animation we had in today's episode. My god, the fight between Nanami and Mahito, like how dynamic and fluid and just, beautiful. Is anyone as scared as I am thanks to what was established by Ijichi regarding the grades between sorcerers and curses? Pretty sure Nanami is fighting an uphill battle, especially given the fact that he decided the best plan for action is divide and conquer, himself taking on the special grade curse Mahito, while Yuji and Ijichi tail Yoshino. Speaking of Yoshino, once again we get another look into how shitty this kid was actually treated at the school. I mean, for a split second I was tricked into thinking that maybe this kid's life wasn't as bad as we were led to believe, especially given last week's episode, as we see him conversing with his friends, or at least assuming they were his friends, about a topic he seems to be enthusiastic about, which is movies. And before you know it, who comes a knocking at the door? Yes, more bullies. Again, we do see Yoshino stick up for himself, but once again that just leads to his inevitable ass whooping. Like I said last week, I can empathize with this character. I understand his way of thinking. It makes sense. I'm almost 100% positive that Mahito is picking up on this as well, as we witness through their talks that it seems that the curse is manipulating the boy, ultimately leading him down to a very dangerous way of thinking, that souls are truly worthless, that their manipulation and in the end destruction has no bearing on life itself, that they just exist. Yours, mine, everyone's. It really doesn't matter in the end. So why hold back? Why limit yourself? But through this lecture we do get an interesting bit of information. Mahito's power is actually revealed. He is in fact not manipulating the body, but the soul, as we're brought before some of his experiments, not only trying to see how large he can make a human, but also how small, as we see Yoshino is actually holding a human in the palm of his hand. Mahito's words seem to resonate with the youth, but thank God for Yuji, as we see later in the day, when confronted by a teacher who seems to be another source of agony for Yoshino. It looks like Yoshino is about to do something you can't easily come back for, gearing up for some kind of jujutsu technique, but quite literally flying in to save the day is Yuji, fly head in hand. This is enough to stop Yoshino in his tracks, who seemed to be completely at his boiling point. Simply wanted to talk, and noticing that the teacher would be a third wheel, Yuji takes upon himself to distract him by literally deep-pantsing and taking off like a bolt of lightning. It's absolutely hilarious to watch this tubby teacher fall down in his boxers and chase after a guy he has no chance of catching. And unbeknownst to him, his life has been spared twice. But at least this will give Yuji and Yoshino a little bit of time to talk, because let's face it, he's not keeping the best of company right now. Speaking of company, while all of this is going on, Nanami has actually made it to Mahito's hideout and is discovering a slew of these transfigured human bodies, grotesque and beyond any recognition. And before you know it, he is literally confronted by the curse. Mahito is instantly relieved, recognizing that this isn't the special grade Jujutsu sorcerer Gojo, but is also ecstatic that, hey, now I get a new test subject to experiment on. And so the battle begins. The exchange of curse energy is both dynamic and fluid, and the camera angles are just awe-inspiring. Everything about this fight is just amazing. At first, with his ability, Nanami does seem like a match for this special grade curse. We learn through Ijichi, when it comes to sorcerer and their ranks, they're relative to the curses they're fighting. If you're fighting a special grade curse, you should probably use a special grade sorcerer. But given his critical hit technique, he's able to fight above his weight class, as we see him get a hit on Mahito that does some serious damage, at least at first glance. Once again, we get a little bit more information with Mahito's power. He actually questions Nanami, what do you think came first, the soul or the body? Equating this conundrum to what came first, the chicken or the egg. Does the soul find the body, or is the body formed around the soul? And it seems the two have a differing opinions on this one. Nanami picking the first, with Mahito actually enlightening him, it is the latter. You humans are so concerned with the heart, with your body, but it's all about that soul, as we see him regenerate his arm. It's actually, well, not regeneration. It's more a fact is he's manipulating his own soul, and his body is responding to that. This is what he's doing to a countless number of victims, as we see him unleash more of these transfigured corpses he has stashed on his person. And once again, the battle commences. But But I gotta say, this battle is so nerve-wracking as we witness this curse utilize these humans, or I mean, can you even really call humans? I think we can, because at one point there seems to be a standstill in the battle because one of these people being manipulated, their consciousness seems to return as we see them begging for help and even crying. Now, Nanami is not a callous man. Seems to be stern, a little strict, maybe a little too uptight at times. Of course, that's nice to have when you're trying to balance out Gojo, but it's not as if he's inhuman like Mahito. As we see him brush away the tears of this disfigured monster, it's quite sad. But this seems only to provoke Mahito, going once again for an attack, this time trying to manipulate Nanami's soul itself. The curse being surprised that he was actually able to block the attempt, saying that yes, you sorcerers can manipulate curse energy to protect your bodies, but very rarely can you protect your soul. It's almost like you did it on instinct. But hell, 2 or 3 more touches and your soul is mine. But what the curse doesn't realize that he himself is on a ticking clock. It's officially 6 o'clock, and with Nanami pushed the edge, it's overtime. As we see an immense amount of curse energy begin to swell around the Jujutsu sorcerer. What the hell is about to happen? I don't know. I'm so excited. Like I said, he's fighting a weight class above him. I mean, he's grade 1, but he's fighting a special grade curse. Yes, his critical attack, I mean, that might level the playing field, but he seems to be completely on the defensive end right now. But this overtime thing, it's giving me hope. It's giving me hope that this is some kind of trump card that might be able to deal some kind of devastating attack, if not allow him to escape, because we've seen several times, like even early on, they said, you know, if you can, run. Better to run and live and fight another day. I mean, I don't know though, but Mahito, he gotta get got. This motherfucker is creepy as shit, and the way he just manipulates people, it's fucked up. It's fucked up. Not only manipulating their souls to transfigure their bodies, the way he's just mentally mind-fucking Yoshino. I think to myself, if only Yoshino met Yuji before Mahito, things could have been different. That little ray of sunshine might have helped him in his darkest of days. I just, hopefully Yuji can talk sense into that fucker. Like, dude, you are walking a very dangerous path, and very rarely does shit turn out good. I mean, we've learned that this series is not above killing and fucking people up. Like, What else to talk about? I found it pretty interesting, the concept of using flyheads, these super low level curses, to actually see if someone has some kind of jujutsu's like sorcerer ability. That's pretty badass. I also want to point out, why the fuck did Yoshino look at Yuji's button? Did I miss something? And then to see Nanami actually compare Mahito to Gojo, like their personalities, just carefree, do whatever the fuck they want type personalities. That was pretty sure that's a compliment for the curse and a dig at Gojo. Yeah, once and again, you gotta watch Jujutsu Stroll. It's just fucking hilarious. Everyone is stealing Nobara's clothes. First Panda and then mistakenly Toge. But I gotta say, seeing Gojo Senpai bust through the door wearing her skirt saying, "Look at me, I'm Nobara," and Yuji just, honestly, I pulled a Yuji. That was fucking hilarious. But yeah, I'm excited to see this battle continue. Hopefully Nanami makes it out unscathed, but like I said, they're not above killing people. I mean, they literally killed the main character right off the back. So, I mean, yeah, he resurrected, but anyways, with all that being said and more Jujutsu Kaisen next week, I honestly cannot wait for future episodes.